I think the things that we are learning throughout this pageant experience, the skills that we're gaining, are things that we're going to bring with us into our lives for the rest of our lives. So I think I'd have to agree in a way, because I think this is an invaluable experience and we're going to benefit for it forever. Well, my favorite color is green, and I think that it actually does match my personality as well, because green is a color that represents nature. It's something that I consider as easygoing, and I'd like to consider myself somebody that gets along with people really easily, so I'd have to go with that one. Maybe some people don't know that I earned a black belt in jiu-jitsu at the age of 17. I think it would be great to have more of a female presence in leadership roles in our country. You know, just even in our government, they're underrepresented, and I think it would be a great thing to have females stepping up and taking more of a leadership role. The first one that comes to mind is running waves with my grandmother on the beach in West Bay. You know, anytime there was a storm coming through, that was the perfect opportunity for myself and my cousins to run over to my grandmother's house and beg her to please take us to the beach to run waves. I would probably start by eating all the foods that I've ever wanted to eat, and I'd like to have all my family and friends in one place and just share in one last great memory.
I would have to say that one thing that I am most proud of is probably where I've come so far, like in terms of my life, where I've reached the goals and accomplishments that I have met thus far, and working towards my aspirations for the future. So yes. Christmas, of course. I think everyone loves Christmas. For me, Christmas and in our own culture means so much. It's, you know, from the lights all over the island and just driving around and going to look at the Christmas lights in different locations and residents, to the family dinners and the many Christmas photo shoots and getting around and eating all the good food that you pay for come January 1st. So yes, definitely. I most definitely do believe that they are beneficial. You learn so much from a pageant. I mean, many people think that pageants are all just about the glitz, the glamour, going on stage and looking beautiful and walking in stiletto heels, but there's so much more to pageantry. You become a well-rounded individual, you learn time management skills, public speaking skills, you learn so much that you can carry throughout your life. It helps you find yourself as an individual, as a person, as well as it introduces you to so many other people and networking. I think my one pet peeve is probably driving in traffic and people not using their indicators. It absolutely drives me insane. It's that whole, okay, I'm slowing down, but I'm not sure where I'm going yet, and then they just turn, and then it's like, well, where was your indicator?
I think I would have to say 2012 Miss Universe Olivia Culpo. I've actually watched her reign from when she was Miss USA to Miss Universe, and she's been very impressive to me just because it was her first pageant and she knocked it out of the ball game. Our three Cayman Islands are very unique. I love the sunshine, the all year round summer, and you know, just people love to come here just because of the friendliness, and you know, that's something that I can take overseas as well. So I think just the sunshine, the people, everything is just amazing about our island, and I love it. I definitely have to say oxtail is my favorite Caribbean food just because I'm not eating it right now, and that's the one food that I'm craving the most. Just the gravy, the flavors, and when you go to try it at different places, whether it's from the Spanish people or the Jamaican people, it's just so savory. I think people would be very surprised to know that I actually have social anxiety. I'm a natural born performer and I don't have a problem on stage, but when it comes to being in the crowd, that's where anxiety comes in. That saying, I do believe that it's true, just because coming through this process, there's so much that you gain from it, and you take that past the crown and past the pageant life, and whether it's the constant upkeep with makeup and hair, you still carry those memories with you, so you are always that beauty queen.
I love to look into the lives of former beauty queens, and one that really stood out to me was Heather Whitestone. She was the first hearing impaired Miss America to win, and to me it just shows that you can do anything that you put your mind to, and she's such an inspiration because she shows that nothing is impossible. The one thing that I would do is just spend time with family, just, spend the last moments that I have with them and cherish every single moment, have as much fun that I can, and just make sure that I will always remember the most important times and the most important people that I have in my life. A beauty queen should never leave home without her imaginary crown. And of course, that's metaphorically speaking, because she always has to remember that she's an ambassador and a representative for the Cayman Islands. And she always needs to keep at the forefront of her mind that she has a crown on her head. And if she wears that imaginary crown, then of course she will always represent the Cayman Islands as a true queen. I would have to say that gold represents my personality best. It is often used as an accessory, and you can pair it with pretty much anything. And I find that my personality is, I'm a social person, and I'm really good with people, and I blend in very well with all different types of people. So I would have to say that gold best represents my personality.
To be honest, I don't have a favorite color. I love all different sorts of colors. I think it depends on my moods, but I like black and white, probably because some people don't think that they're actually colors, but I think that they're so mysterious. I would have to say black and white. I had a swim meet at Fitness Connection, and my dad took me to the swim meet. And I was really nervous. I didn't want to compete. I was that shy, skinny, timid girl. And so I said, Dad, I don't want to do it. And they were giving out medals to every child, as they do. And my dad told the lady, no, she's not allowed to have one because she didn't earn it. So we started walking away to the car, and I tugged on his hand and I said, Dad, you know what, I'm gonna race. I can do this. And I got into that pool. And I actually won. And I remember them giving me a medal and also giving me a trophy. I thought it was the biggest, tallest thing ever, but it was actually probably like 12 inches tall. And it was probably the greatest memory for me because I learned something at the end of the day, because you have to go after what you want, and nothing's handed to you. You have to earn it. You have to have that determination, that willpower. I think that's the greatest memory for me. It would have to be a pair of flats because you can't wear heels all day. You need that sort of comfort, so a pair of flats you should always have handy.
Most definitely, I would have to say Miss Michelle Scott. She's a former Miss Cayman Islands. She represents more than beauty, and with having such a high educational level, I think that's what young people should look at, and especially young women, is to just look at her and see she's such an inspiration, and I love her. I have a few pet peeves, but at the top of my list I would have to say being in public and there's someone using excessive vulgar words. I think that there's a time and place that should be done, but it seems very disrespectful to me and others around me. That I'm a funny person. I think when someone first meets you, they don't see the humorous side of you, and when you start to get them, the jokes would come out, so I think that would have to be the one thing that people wouldn't notice about me in the beginning. I think we should have a balance in our country between men and women. Right now I know our leader of the Cayman Islands is a woman, and I think that's a great example to show to our future young women that not only you can reach to a certain level, but you can reach for the stars and to become that person. I just want to be a good person. I think that everyone wants to be a good person, and to have your family look at you like, oh wow, I can't believe this is my relative, you know? And if I can have that by helping people, then sure.
What inspired me to enter the pageant really was before I returned home from my studies. I was interning with the Miss Jamaica World organization, and my brief stint with them gave me insight into how a pageant is run, as well as how the girls are able to come out of their shells, as well as make personal steps as they entered the pageant. Although I didn't go to the end of the pageant experience with them, it inspired me to take the chance to enter the Miss Cayman Islands pageant in hopes of becoming Miss Cayman Islands. I believe blue best represents my personality because blue is a common color. Although I'm wearing orange at the moment, blue and a shade of blue, baby blue, royal blue, even navy blue, I feel best in. It's glamorous at night, it's happy in the day, and I feel it exudes my personality best. Most people would be surprised to know that I'm a certified scuba diver. I have been certified since 2008, since I was in high school, and I'm looking forward to advancing my certification in the near future. I enjoy diving in Cayman. Is the clarity of the water as well as the coral life is visually stimulating, and it is one of our best features in tourism.
I would have to say that my favorite family holiday tradition is going camping in Easter time. I think it's a great way to just disconnect from the rest of the world and really bond with your family and share stories, play dominoes, and have a good laugh. I want to show my siblings in particular that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. You just have to work hard, persevere, and really believe in yourself, because having confidence is one of the greatest keys to success. and I know that my confidence is going to make me very successful in the future. I've always had a love for pageantry. It's one of my greatest passions, and I really want to help the pageant industry grow here in Cayman because I see it as something very beneficial for young women. It helps them develop both personally and professionally, and I've seen this firsthand for myself because I've done a lot of pageants and I've coached girls for pageants, and the growth that they go through is phenomenal, and most importantly, the confidence that you gain, it's incredible because a woman with confidence is a force to be reckoned with. My one pet peeve is when you're hanging with friends and they're on their phone ignoring you. I can't stand it. I think it shows that technology, while technology has advanced, it really is hindering our face-to-face communication. So I just want to see more communication face-to-face, pay attention, live in the moment, and just enjoy each other's company.